What's happening, everybody? Finally back to do a quick haul video. This is going to be my first comic haul in a while since they stopped shipping the comics back in March. Diamond Distributor, so they restarted into June, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of lost it for a little while. Like, I just took a break, even though they were putting the comics back out. I still, for some reason, man, that break, like, it removed the desire to read comics for a while. I have no idea why, no explanation. But anyway, comics are back, and I'm getting back into it slowly, so just going to be a few comics. But before I do that, I just want to show a couple of Laserdiscs that I picked up over the last couple of weeks. So, first off, we have Ghost Story. This is a novel by Peter Straub, which I read, gosh, I've read 2 or 3 times over the years, but I've never seen the movie. So, this still in the shrink. This is from 1981, and the premise of the movie is these older guys, what, 4 or 5 guys. It's been a while since I've read the book, and I haven't watched this yet, so my memory's a little foggy. But 4 or 5 guys, older gents, get together and tell ghost stories once a week. And so I don't get too much detail in case you want to read the book or the movie, but it turns out they were all involved in a murder years ago, and one of the men feel like that he's being haunted by the ghost of the person they killed. So so I'm stoked to see this. It's got Fred Astaire in it, and Melvin Douglas and Douglas Fairbanks, which is crazy because those are like some legends, man. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is Fred Astaire and Melvin Douglas's last movies they did. So, yeah, man, it's kind of cool. Really piece of history, like cinematic history as well. But, yeah, I look forward to watching this. Probably will watch it this weekend. And another thing that's kind of cool, it came with this original, I don't know what you call it, flyer, mailer. Talks about the movie, and then a couple more on the back, which is kind of cool because it's got The Wind in the Willows collection on it. And then it's got Ivan the Terrible Parts 1 and 2, which I've never seen. So, yeah, man. Kind of cool to get that as well. Alright. And just in case you want to see, if you're new to Laserdisc or whatever, same size as records. The labels are smaller, though, so there's not as much coolness to the actual Laserdisc label as much as there is with, say, you know, a vinyl record. But they can still be cool, man. All right. And like with records, man, you get all kinds of degrees of coolness with them. Like this one's awesome because it's a polyline sleeve. So, but you know, you get them kind of like with records. You get the old paper sleeves, and they suck. So, all right. So moving on. Now, if you didn't know, Laserdiscs were really quite expensive back in the day. So, this is Daryl. This came out, what, 85, I think? But I don't know if you can see that price there. $40 for this thing when it came out. Still in shrink. This is remastered. The first widescreen edition, apparently. This is you know, it's not the greatest movie, man, but it's one of those movies that reminds me of my childhood. So I was, what, 10 or 11 when this came out? And I can remember watching this thing on cable back in the day with, you know, with the old VHF, UHF tuners and everything, man. So this, when I watch movies like this, it just takes me back to when I was a kid. And this is one of those, it's kind of like Flight of the Navigator, those type movies that were really more geared towards like young boys. But Daryl, if you don't know, if you've never seen it, man, came out in 1985. Daryl stands for Data Analyzing Robotic Life Form. I think I got that right. So he's, you know, like any other kid, but he's got like a supercharged brain. But yeah, Michael McKean, if you know Michael McKean from Better Call Saul. Saul's brother. Who was in this? I don't know if you can see him in the back, but yeah, man. So you're not gonna get like this just great movie, man. It's just a really really cool movie. Like I said, that was geared towards kids back in the day when kids were excited by computers. Now computers are just like everyday, parts of our lives. But back then, man, we were kids, man. They'd steal robotic stuff, man, back in the day. And I'm not saying it's not for girls. Girls can watch it too. I'm just saying back then it was geared more towards that audience. But yeah, and NASA, you remember Space Camp? That's another one I'd like to get. Just movies like that. Space Camp was more for both, though, I think. Male and female kids. But I still watch them. And I'll just show you the labels on this. All right. So that's it for the Laserdisc, and let's go to the comics real quick. Like I say, not many. I did pick up the Negan Lives one-shot they put out. If you don't know about the comics for Walking Dead, they kind of ended very abruptly, and so you kind of are left with some characters, and you don't really know what happened to them after. So they put this one-shot out, I think, to kind of tie in the end of the series and Negan, which I think it ended with him living on his own. So I haven't read that. Gideon Fall. Oh, I got another Walking Dead. Oh yeah, this came out back in 2013. God, 7 years ago. The Governor. This is a Governor special one shot. I've never read this or had it, so it's cool. I think it might explain how the Governor gets to be, where he's at and kind of what happens to his wife, and if, Penny, his daughter, that's 7 years ago, so I don't think it's going to be a spoiler. He keeps her around even though she's already turned into a zombie. He keeps her in the closet. And I always have thought the Governor storyline was better than Negan in the show. In the comics, the Governor's not as long as Negan in the comics. But in the TV show, Governor, hands down, better storyline than me. Comics, opposite. So, but anyway, yeah. So there's the Governor. And we got Gideon Falls. Now this is one that I've thought about, like, oh, I need to get back to that. There's a few of them that I've kind of just drifted away from completely. But Gideon Falls, man, I think this whole horror, psychological stuff is really where my head's at right now, movie-wise and comic books-wise. So, I don't know. It's like I don't really have a big drive right now to do the superhero thing, which I didn't do a whole lot of, but Batman and some others, I did. And this is Uber. This is one that I'm about to finish. This is number 24. And this is from 2013. Great revisionist history comic book about Germany and the Allies and creating these superhuman like soldiers and stuff. So I think it runs out to 28 or so. So I'm on 24. So I'm about to complete this. So yeah, I really really enjoyed this, man. Just really cool. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. I don't have any comics or anything in the works, but I'm sure I will order at least some more Ubers and Gideon Falls and Farmhand and a few other comics. But I'm content right now. A lot of music, doing a lot of reading. So I hope everybody's doing well, man. Thanks for supporting my channel, and we'll talk to you soon. Find out.